This is Bishop Samuel Blakes, and you're listening to Real Talk with Mary Jae. This is Bishop Samuel Blakes, and you're listening to Real Talk with Mary Jae.
Happy Merry Monday, everybody. You're tuned into Real Talk with Mary Jae. Real Talk with Mary Jae is a social outlet for a positive outcome. And I am so excited that you guys are sharing with me on today. We are bringing to you live today our Power Voice Women. We are united once again. We're celebrating my 56th birthday, and I am so elated that these beautiful powerhouses, my sisters, are sharing with me to celebrate. I want you all to welcome all of them on today. We're starting right in the middle right here. We're starting with Amy Bolden. Amy Bolden is my Power Voice sister, and Amy is an author, a certified motivational speaker, a coach, an awareness coach, and so much more. We're so excited to have Amy to share. And then right next to Amy, we have my girl, Pastor Allison Joan Hall Thomas, my God friend. I call her my God friend. That's the name that we gave each other. We are accountability partners. Allison also is a pastor, an author, a certified speaker. She is an entrepreneur, and I am so elated to have Allison sharing with us. So this is all powerhouses all over here on tonight. Iron sharpens iron. Then right beneath me, we have my other powerhouse sister, Pamela Hope. Pamela Hope is coming to you all live. Pamela is a publisher, an author, a certified speaker as well. See all of this goodness and greatness in the room. We're so excited to have Pamela. I was on Pamela's show as well. Pamela is doing some great things. And then we have my other girlfriend, Angie. Dr. Angie Gray is sharing with us, you all. Let's celebrate Dr. Angie. Yeah, Angie is a powerhouse. She is a first lady as well, an author, a publisher. She is a motivational speaker, a coach as well. You all going to hear more about all what they do and all the things that they have already done. I'm so happy to have them sharing with me. And then we have Linda right next to Angie V. Linda Nefertiti Payton. Thank you, Linda, for sharing with us. That's my other Power Voice sister. We were accountability partners, all of us on Les Brown stage, and we're so happy to have Linda. Linda is an author, a certified motivational speaker. Linda is doing some great things all the way in Texas. Let's celebrate Linda for sharing with us on today. And then right at the end, at the bottom, last but not least, my girl, Pelly Pell. Pelly is sharing with us. Let's celebrate Pelly. Pelly is also a powerhouse, you guys, an author, certified motivational speaker. She's a talk show host, and she is doing some great things. Can we welcome everyone? Welcome, ladies. Thank you all for sharing with me on today. We're so happy to have all of you sharing with us. Our Power Voice sisters, we welcome you all to the show on today. So listen, we have some great things in store. First, I want to thank each and every one of you for sharing with me for my 56th birthday. I turned 56 on Sunday, July 23rd. And every year, every year I take time out in my birthday month to do something with those that I am connected with, those people that I find greatness in. I believe iron sharpens iron, and there's nothing like the power of connection. So, listen, I am honored. I am so happy to have all of you beautiful ladies sharing with us on the stage. And I see Allison hubby Craig is sharing with us, watching. Hi, Craig. Craig says happy 56, Mary J. Thank you, Craig. Thank you so much for sharing with us. So, listen, ladies, we're getting ready to talk about what our experience was. Thank you, Craig. What our experience was coming through our journey of life. We all connected during the pandemic. People would not believe that we have united since 2020, and we are like joined together by the hip. Iron sharpens iron. I am your sister. We come together to celebrate each other and to be yoked up and connected with one another. So I'm going to ask you all to just briefly unmute your mics. Unmute your mics. All right. Now I know we're going to have a slight little echo, so I want to make sure that we don't talk over each other. But while we're on, I'm going to start with Amy since she's hot at the top. Amy, I remember I remember our experience in Les Brown class when we shared our stories with Les Brown and he critiqued our stories. How many of us remember Amy in the class as well? And after critiquing Amy, he said, "Wow, drop the mic." I don't know if you all remember that, but I remember that he said, "Drop the mic." Amy, will you tell us how that experience was for you? Everybody else can mute it. I'll come around.
Okay, so you're wanting to know how the experience was when you said drop the mic, that you're ready
How
for the
was
big
the
stage?
experience?
Woo! It was dreamy.
Yeah, that's
It was
exactly
really
what he
dreamy.
said.
Yeah, it was. And the thing is, Les Brown was that voice that was always playing in my living room during some of the hardest times. So it was already a dream to be there in that situation and then to be able to deliver to him and have him as your voice coming back at you, right? Power voice, having that opportunity to be critiqued by him and developed by him into telling your story. It was life changing. Yeah, very life changing.
Yeah, it was awesome, Amy, to just see all of these powerful. I mean, we had both men and women, and just to see these powerful women tell their stories. We were very transparent in the class. We shared some really sensitive things about our past, some things that we've experienced in life. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful experience to be in the room with like minded people, kindred spirit. And I want all of you ladies to know, all of you that are on here, while I sat in class, writing notes, taking notes from our mentor, Les Brown, I began to connect by the Spirit with each and every one of you. I knew at that moment in class that there was going to be another time that we will all come together and that we will all remain close and connected. And so that was exciting, Amy, when he told you drop the mic. Woohoo!
Yeah.
You're ready for the big stage. I got
Yeah.
excited. And that's one thing that I love about our connection, ladies, is that there's no competition, there's no competitive jealousy, there's no envy. We are
That's right.
all together, right? All on one accord, and we're all
That's
working
right.
toward the same goal. And another thing that I so love is that in the entire space, we were pumping hearts, we were commenting, we were building each
That's right.
other up in the room. We were sharing stories, we were sharing content, motivating, networking. So that's all of what we do and all of who we are. So next to Amy, my God friend, I want Allison to tell me what your experience was like as Amy mute her mic.
My experience telling Les Brown my story, it was amazing. I'm so grateful to have been in the Power Voice to have been under his tutelage and also to meet all of you. And thanks to Les Brown, and he really had a wonderful academy where I can tell my story in 3 minutes. I can tell it in 7. I can tell it in 9. I can tell it in 20. I can tell my story in 5 minutes. I can tell my story in 1 minute. Thanks to Les, I can tell my story. He really is a gifted person, and he shared with us. He gave us of himself, and it was a wonderful experience. It's a wonderful experience. I think that was the most excited I'd ever been when I finally got to tell him my story, because the previous week I was supposed to tell my story and there was no sound. There was something going on with my computer. I was so disappointed. But then I came back the next day and John Tellerico, called on me to tell Les my story, and I was like so excited. But and it was just wonderful. It was wonderful because once I told my story, he retold it, and I took his notes. I wrote down. I took notes. I added to my story, and when I presented on the summit, it was amazing. So that's a gift, to be able to listen to somebody's story and then tell it better than them. That's a gift from God.
Wow.
He's walking in his gift. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you, Allison, for sharing it. And one thing I want to say about telling and sharing our stories, the world needs to know not everybody got an opportunity to do that. There were so many hundreds of people in the class, and you were chosen, you were chosen, you were chosen, you were chosen, you were chosen. There were so many people that could have been selected, but you all were chosen to tell your amazing story. And I realized that when each person began to share their truth, it was almost like peeling back layers from the next person, like stripping the next person to say, wow, I am so inspired by that person's truth. I don't mind getting naked in this room, right? I don't mind sharing everything that I'm going through as well. So that was very encouraging and very empowering. Next, Pamela, will you unmute your mic as Allison mute her mic and share your experience?
Absolutely. Thank you so much again, Mary Jae, for this opportunity to come and celebrate with you. It's such an honor to have connected with these amazing, powerful, power voice women. And so for me, being in that environment gave me the permission to tell my story, because I don't know, what it was like for everybody else to be able to finally tell their story. But when we had the challenge of telling our story in 3 minutes, in 10 minutes, that was very challenging for me. And it took me weeks to do that, because it was 40 years of hurt and pain and getting through all of that muck and mire, to be able to voice my story. But God had already told me years ago that I would tell my story, and he showed me on stage, and I didn't know that it was going to be to this magnitude. Wow. Yeah. And it has been amazing. It has been amazing to writing now 2 books and giving other people permission to tell their story. Yeah. God is good. God is good. He is so awesome.
Who wouldn't serve a God like this, huh?
Who wouldn't serve a God like this? I mean, coming out of that, I launched my show, Who Wouldn't Serve a God Like This? Launched my book, Who Wouldn't Serve a God Like This, which is the international #1 bestseller. And now to my children's book. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's just voices. I'm like, Lord, thank you for choosing me.
That's amazing. The power of a story when we open up the vessel that God has given us to pour out to the masses. And I'm saying masses, but it can be only one that will hear. the life-changing experience that lives are transformed by the power of your voices is just, there's nothing like it. And I remember when I started this platform, and as I'm talking to you ladies, I'm also looking down, just so you know, I'm sharing on your stages, on your platforms, so they would be able to connect. Your audience would be able to chime in with you all and support you all as well. But as we are sharing, God told me with Real Talk Mary Jae, when I first started Real Talk with Mary Jae, a social outlet for a positive outcome, he told me that I would be saved from silence. He said, when you open your mouth, nations will be saved. And a lot of times what we don't see is the people who are watching, the people who are hearing, even if there's nobody watching live, know that your story is being told to the masses, and people's lives are going to be changed. So that's one thing that I just love, and I'm so excited about what God is doing through each and every one of us. Dr. Angie, you're up next. Go ahead. Somebody wanted to say something?
I just wanted to say one last thing. When you share,
Yes,
the word of God says we are overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. And when you share your
yes,
story and release your voice, it is so freeing. And it's like you've been in bondage, right? Because the enemy wants you to be silent.
yes.
And so it's like being in
That's right.
bondage. Once you release it and share it, because it's not for you, your story is not for you. It's so that you can turn around and help other people and free them from being in bondage. So thank you
That's
so
right.
much again, Mary Jae,
That's
for
right.
allowing me to share that.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you all too
Beautiful
for being
Mary
a part.
Jae. The beautiful Mary Jae for inviting me to be a part of this wonderful collaboration of powerhouse women. I am just simply flabbergasted. I'm amazed at the bonds that we were able to create during that time. At some point, I hope the questions lend themselves to me to be able to tell you a true story about the power of the Power Voice women. But in listening to the incomparable Les Brown tell his story, tell my story as though it was his story, it was absolutely amazing. He told that story till I was sitting there getting ready to say to him, that same thing happened to me. And then I realized, oh, he's telling my story. So it was an absolutely incredible experience, like none other that I've ever had before and none that I've had since then. And to just be able to be in the same space with that legendary man and all of the spirits that he brought together, all of the good souls that he brought together. We were all there for him, but we found one another. And it was truly an awesome experience that I will never ever forget. I will cherish it forever. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to give that shout out to the legendary Les Brown, who, by the way, wrote the foreword to my book. So I am thrilled about that. So I will forever, ever be grateful to him for the years prior to the Power Voice, where he had an influence on my life through his videos and his books and so forth, to up to this moment. He continues to be a blessing to me. So I am just absolutely grateful, 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 grateful for that experience. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to share that with the masses.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story too. And my accountability partner, my girl Linda, you're up next.
Well, first of all, happy birthday, Mary J. Thank you for doing this and
Thank
bringing us back
you.
together.
You went out just a moment, Linda. I think you froze on the screen. Okay, now
Okay.
you're moving. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Well,
good. You good. It just froze
good,
a
good.
bit.
Well, first of all, it is so good to see all these beautiful faces. I haven't been in the room with them for a while, but I want to tell each and every one of you, thank you. I haven't spoken in a while, but I have seen some of the things that you all have been doing, and you kept me in the loop because you kept going. I had to pause, and I wondered for a minute why I paused, but my affirmation, even before becoming a part of the Power Voice, was that God enlarged my territory. And He did just that by bringing me into places I never thought I would go, meeting people I never thought I would meet. But He told me to pause. And He told me to pause because I have a circle of my family that I needed to um, deal with. And He enlarged my territory in that way. Since I've seen you, I've become a grandmother again after 27 years. My youngest
Yes.
granddaughter was 27 years old,
Wow.
and my youngest son had his first daughter. She's 15 months. I found out that I had a 32-year-old granddaughter I never knew. And
Wow.
there are a few more on the way. So He is truly enlarging my territory. And I realized why I had to pause, but I continued because you all continued. I may not have said anything. I may have commented, liked, loved, but there were times I was watching and I kept y'all right here.
Oh,
So I'm just elated. Les Brown unsilenced me. I heard my voice for the first time and I actually liked it. I didn't like it before that. And I knew from that moment forth I was supposed to use it. But another part of my affirmation was, as He expanded my territory, when I spoke into the lives of others, I would command attention and they would hear His voice.
hmm, you froze up again, Linda. Okay, while Linda is having some technical difficulties, we're going to have Linda to mute, and Pelly, you're up next, and we'll come back to Linda to finish what she was saying.
No, I'm done. I just want to thank everybody because the last thing I said is I asked God to allow people to hear His voice when I spoke. And that's what I got from the Power Voice. Thank each and every one of y'all.
Thank you, Linda. We love you so much, and we're so glad to celebrate with you, with your beautiful family and your grandbabies, and all of the family that are coming forward. It's nothing like family, everybody. I say family is everything, everything. And and that's a blessing just to hear you say that before Pelly comes up. Because there were years, and that I put ministry before family because I thought that meant I was putting God before family. But we have to understand that our first ministry is home. We got to take care of the home front, you can't sweep around everybody else's front door until you sweep around your own. You can't leave your things uncovered. And but I was really zealous. I got my calling when I was 25 years old. Well, actually at 22 I started preaching at 25. So I was just had this zeal, but not according to knowledge. And I just thought I had to work, do ministry, make sure I'm at Bible study, the Baptist training union, Sunday school, we had like 5 service. I came from a mega ministry and I was at every last one of those service on a Sunday, 2 times in the week during the week. And I was just always gone. But, God gave me this word and he said, get your house in order. I taught a whole series on it as a youth pastor. And in the midst of me teaching it, he was talking to me. And so, when you learn to be balanced and be grounded and understand what is important, of course, God is first. But God doesn't always run everything in ministry. God didn't tell you to be at that picnic or that church cookout or on that retreat or over there in that, so we have to really be balanced. So I salute you, Linda, for taking time out with your family and holding on to your why. So thank you. Pelly Pal.
Woohoo! Can you ask me how I'm doing?
How are you, Pelly? How are you, my sister?
I ask because this is what I love to do. Ask me how I'm doing. I'm blessed. Yes. Living every moment, no regrets. Smile up on my face. I'm like, oh, yes, I'm blessed. Yes, I'm blessed. Yes, I'm blessed. Yes, Hunte, I am blessed to be in your presence. Yeah, so I want to say Talofa. If anybody is hearing me, type that down in the comment section. Talofa is hello in my Samoan language. And I always want to give God all the honor, praise, and glory, because if it weren't for his love, mercy, and grace, we all wouldn't be here today. And Sister Mary Jae, thank you for this opportunity, for this blessing, this golden opportunity for us to fellowship. And I'm just so excited. Like, wow, I get to see y'all again here. And my experience with Les Brown, I don't know where to begin when it comes to Les Brown, because with Les Brown, he inspired me, he empowered me, he motivated me to step into my greatness. We all know that's his favorite word. And when I've learned to step into my greatness, I own my greatness with confidence. I own my greatness with faith, with joy. But all in all, I own my greatness with lots of love, because I'm the best of love and positivity, Yes. And so I'm ever so grateful to, I call him Papa Les Brown, and my dream of meeting this man in person. And it happened just how I dreamed, to hold his hand, to look him in his eyes and just tell him, thank you for being a blessing to my life and for transforming my life. And, I'm grateful, but I'm grateful, I didn't get to know anything about Les Brown, but Sister Yashika introduced me to Les Brown. So, thank you, Shika. We're praying for you. We love you. And so, yes. And then to be my experience with the Power Voice, it was something special for me, because I was blessed to be the only Pacific Islander, with our group. And I think at the time we almost have like almost 900 students in our class. So, it was a big blessing for me to be a part of, to be one of 20. And I believe that God has chosen each one of us, to speak globally to the world, to what Les Brown has done for us. And I am so grateful to each and every one of you. Y'all have touched my life in all kinds of ways. And, I've co-authored, 10 books. So when I met y'all, I had 0 books. And so I am now the author of this book, and I co-authored 10. And God has just been, I love the way he's moving in my life. But being, in the Power Voice family, he has brought all kinds of lives, from all walks of lives. And like I said, I'm grateful to Les Brown and the team. And I'm just happy to be here and just to celebrate. We are celebrating you today. This is your birthday celebration, and happy birthday.
Thank you, Pelly. And listen, there is no other way that I would want to celebrate than to celebrate with powerful sisters. You know, there's nothing like the power of connection. And Pelly just said there were over 900 people in the audience, that God could have chosen anybody, but He chose you. He chose you. He chose you. Out of all of those, there were 20 of us that were chosen to stand on a stage. Out of all of the masses and all of the classes, there were you all that were chosen to share your story and to share your light. So I'm so happy. Linda said that she loves being on and just seeing people doing their own thing. I'm so happy to be on and to see you all doing your own thing as well. If you all remember when we were in class and with Dolly, and I would ask Dolly, she would ask us rather, what is something I'll take away? My takeaway every week was the power of connection. The power of connection. There's nothing like being connected to people with like mind and like spirits. And even, if people are watching, they can see it, they can hear it. Each person, each one of us are resonating, and we all have something in common. And that is the Holy Spirit, I believe, that drew us all together and kept us to be connected. So yeah, I wouldn't like to celebrate my birthday any other way than to celebrate with you, power sisters, you all. So thank you all for coming on. So now I know some of us have already started. I hear my girl come. I was waiting. If you saw me with my head down, I was trying to wait till she got in the space. Our queen. We all called her queen. She's the queen of Uganda. She's our queen. Queen Lily has made her arrival. Let's welcome Lily. She made it in, you guys. Hi, Lily.
Hello. Oh my God, my light don't even look that good.
You look great. You look great. Thank you for coming in and sharing with us. I'm glad you were able to jump in with us, Lily. We had everybody to go around the space just a few minutes ago and just introduce themselves, tell them who you are, what you do, and also let them know what experience, how did you feel being a part of the Power Voice system.
I feel good. I feel amazing. Hi, Queens. Hi, everybody. How everybody doing today? Happy birthday, Queen Mary Jae.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
I'm doing great. I'm here in Iowa, originally from my parents originally from South Sudan. I was born in refugees camp in Uganda. So now here I'm in Iowa. I'm running my cleaning business. I just start my nonprofit organization. It's called Hope to Shine. It's really to motivate women, especially the migrant women and refugees women here in America. And I just published my Spirit of Warriors.
Yay!
So yes, and now I have my children book which is coming. It's called Ageno in my language. It's mean hope. So children book is Ageno. My mama said I'm a queen. So
Mama said I was cool.
I'm so excited about that. When it comes to some other part of connecting with Les Brown, we all know that he is a legend and he passed his legacy to us. So we are here today. We are really walking with confidence and knowing that we can do anything because he shared some of his knowledge with us and giving us the permission as a father and say, you can go and step out and be who you want to be in the world and let the world hear your voice, let the world know your name. That what it did, and he surrounding us with this. Look at all this beautiful face. Come on now. So here we are, all this beautiful queen that we have. We are just focusing on how he taught us and how we can own our territory and run it as a queen. So yeah, for me that's been amazing. And all of you here, some of us, we are in touch here, even though if we are not, I know that you're all right here. And when we see you doing something great, even though we are not there personally with you, we're sharing you from the background. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Lily, for sharing and all of the powerful things that you're doing as well. And your story is just amazing, as everyone else's. It's just so powerful, and we're so excited of what's happening on your side of the land. So we celebrate you as well. Entrepreneur, certified motivational speaker, author. Has co-authored several books as well and doing some great things as well. So listen, ladies, I will be beside myself if I don't announce these beautiful brides that have gotten married since we connected, ladies. Allison got married since we connected. She was single. She was single in the
Quit
class,
playing.
and now
Quit
she
playing.
found her Boaz. She found her Boaz. So I was excited to travel to Baltimore to visit Allison and to share at her wedding. And it was a beautiful, beautiful occasion. And I'm gonna tell you, if you all could have been there when I got to the airport and my sister came and picked me up, we saw each other for the very first time. That was so exciting, because we get to see each other right here in this space. We get to see each other, and that's why I know it's genuine love, you all, that we share with one another, because we've never met. We've never met. We have this connection by way of social media, by way of the Holy Spirit, and we connect with each other. We build each other up. We encourage each other, and we pray for one another. And then Allison shared that she was getting married, and I made my way, got my plane ticket, and got there to Baltimore. So can we celebrate
Yes, she
Allison
did.
today? Yay!
And
And
she
did y'all
prayed and
see
she
that
said, I'll
powerful
bless for
dance?
us. She blessed our food.
Oh yeah, I blessed the meal at the reception. That's right, and prayed
Yes,
for
she
she and her
did.
beautiful
Yes, she
husband.
did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, she
Allison, did y'all
did.
see that
Yes, she did.
powerful dance that Allison did? If y'all didn't see it, y'all got to go back and catch it for her wedding day. Yeah, it was hot. It was hot. That was wonderful. And then we have
Thank
Lily.
you. I, wait a
Lily
minute,
got
before
married.
can I say something? Lily
Yes.
got married too.
Yes,
Yay!
Lily. Woohoo.
Girl, find that bow up is amazing.
Yes. Yes, hunting. Yes. Lily got married too. Yeah, we're excited. We're excited about you all. We celebrate you all too as well. What were you saying, Allison?
I forgot to say one thing. Happy birthday to you. Happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday to
you. Happy
Happy
birthday, dear Mary Jae. Happy birthday to
birthday
you.
to
And
you.
may the good Lord bless you.
Bless you.
May the good
May the
Lord
good
bless
Lord
you.
bless you.
May the good Lord
Good
bless
Lord bless
you. May
you.
the
Woohoo.
May the
good
good Lord
Lord bless you.
bless you.
All
Hallelujah.
right.
Woo!
Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Did y'all hear that beautiful voice and then that duet? It had that little contour
yes,
in there.
yes.
Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ladies, listen, I want you all to talk about your whys, to let people that watch, that can see the power of sisterhood, the power of connection, strong women standing together, celebrating one another. What is your why today? Perhaps your why may not be the same why that it was when we first met, but what is your why that you're still holding on today? Because we have to hold on to our why. That's what keeps us motivated. It keeps us inspired. It keeps us encouraged, and also it helps us to encourage others. So will you all tell me what your why is? And we're going to start. Let's start with Lily. Lily just came in. We're going to start with Lily, and we're going to work our way back up.
Okay, that's fine. I can start. I think for me, my big why is that, first of all, I'm from refugees camp. When I come in this country, I don't see so many of our people, especially from South Sudan, they're doing great thing. And as a woman in our community, a woman don't really have a voice. And I refuse to stand by that. I refuse to. I find myself in this great country here in America, and I always believe that anything is possible with God. It doesn't matter where I come from, whether I was living in refugees camp or whether I come in this country. I don't have the generational wealth that the people that were living here have. I decided to just step out and step up to be the leader in my community, to show those young girls that it's okay to be a woman. You too can get out and be on your own and run a business and buy a house. And so when you
That's right.
find a husband, it, like you shouldn't like depend your life 100% on a man, because you as a woman, you have to be
Right.
independent for yourself, love yourself, be confident with yourself, and that will lead you to attract a good man in your life. For me, that's how I see it. So my why is really seeing in my community so many hoarding, so many people, they don't know how to go around about their way. They don't know how to find who they are. They don't know how to, even if they have a dream, they don't know how to make that dream come to life. So I decided to say, you know what, I have to step up and start my cleaning business, sign up with Les Brown, becoming a coach, becoming mindset coach. The reason why I'm focusing on mindset coaching is I truly believe that mindset, the one keep us, small. Because if we change our mindset, we can be somebody and be something. So my why is really to just bring change in my community and just letting my people know that all things are possible.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, that's so good, Lily. So good, so powerful too. And I'm so glad that you said that because we as women, we do, and it's not so much as that we don't have to depend upon a man. It's that when you know who you are and whose you are in God, a man only complements what God has already given to you, what God has already provided for you. And it's nothing, the Bible says that how can two walk together unless they agree? There's nothing like a two cord fold that cannot easily be broken. So that's so good that you were already doing your business. You already was an entrepreneur. You have a beautiful journey, an amazing story, and I'm just so happy. And you bought a house too. You forgot to say that you bought your home. I remember when we were sharing with our class, and you showed some pictures and stuff to us, and we celebrated with you as well. So yes, you're doing some great things. Kelly, your why, Pelly.
Okay. All right. So when we met, my why was my four beautiful children. And currently, as of today, my why, I added myself. I have another child and a grandbaby. Her name is Mal. Oh, I can't say grandbaby. She told me I can't say grandbaby. It's granddaughter Nana. So yes, they are my biggest why in life, and they are the reasons why I push harder than hard to get to where I am today, because I've always wanted to be that first role model for my children, and I've always wanted to be that one person that's going to be an impact, to everyone that God sends my way, and just leaving a legacy, telling my story and sharing God's glory, and that's just my big why in life. And so, yes, and I just love y'all. I'm just so excited. I hope y'all are having fun. Like, hey, we look. I'm in
Hey, yeah, we're having fun, honey.
Yes, but that's my
You didn't
why.
join what? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear the end of it.
No, I said, so that's my why, and that's why I encourage
That's
everyone.
wonderful. And
It's important to know your why in life, because when you want to, give up, always ask yourself, is my why big enough? Is my why strong enough to push me, So that way, don't, quitting is never an option. So there's my why, ladies.
it's never an option. Awesome, awesome. Why? And ladies, as you all know too, I've been sharing. For those of you that I'm able to share on your pages, I try to do that, and as well as the link is in our WhatsApp empowerment, Women Power Voice group, so you can go to your group and share also. Okay, to your group and share. So, Pamela, your why, beautiful.
Thank you very much. My why is, of course, to leave a legacy for my children and my grandchildren, and also to live out the full purpose that God has placed before me, and to make sure to live a life that's pleasing in His sight. To be able to reach back and to help the others who are hurting in their traumatic space, to let them know that if we can do it, and we can move from that space to now a life of peace, happiness, prosperity, all that God has for you. If we can do it, then they can do it too. And so that's my why.
Wonderful, wonderful, beautiful. Why, Dr. Angie, your why.
So, like you, Mary J, we kind of have that piece about ministry being more important than family in common. And I tell you, I had which is a story that Les Brown told back to me. I had a terrible car accident where I was a passenger, and it came out at that time that my job really didn't care about me per se, but they cared more about what I could do at the job. And for years, I had put my job, my ministry, everything above my family. And it was during that time of convalescing and recovering from that car accident that I realized something had to give. I had to make a shift in my mindset and my approach to life. It's the best thing that I've ever done for myself. And to God be the glory. I recognize that, like you said, you must take care of home first. And the other why, because you mentioned also that our why might change from the time that we started out with the power voice to the time of the present. And I will say this, I know deep in my heart that the real reason for the Women of the Power Voice was to not just give each individual woman their power and their voice, but it was to uplift me during a time where I was fighting for my life, where I spent 15 days in the hospital, 10 days in ICU, where it was touch and go. And many of these beautiful ladies were there. They prayed for me. And the beautiful part was I was able to get on camera with them as they had a vigil for me, a virtual vigil where they prayed for me, they sang to me, they uplifted me, they gave me the strength and the power because I didn't have the prayer in my throat. I had it in my heart, certainly, but I wasn't able to find the voice to express that prayer. I was so caught up in the moment of fighting for my life that intercession that the women of the Power Voice were able to bring for me was absolutely amazing. It was incredible. And I truly believe it is one of the top reasons that I'm here to share this story today. So I am so grateful for every woman in the Women of the Power Voice sisters and for Les Brown for bringing us together and for even the brothers in the Power Boys. That community saved my life because
Yes.
their prayers came through like shining, like a shining light. And I saw the light, and you gave me the opportunity to share that story on this very platform. So for that, I am grateful. So it was revealed to me that my why is to make sure that I bring other people's voices to the universe through their written work, through the gifts and talents that the Lord has bestowed upon me to be able to help others to share their story with the universe, because sharing that story, as we well know from our experience with the Power Voice, is the most powerful thing that we can do, to use the testimony, the story that we experience. Because one of your other powerhouse women mentioned that it's not our story. It's not our story to hold on to. It's our story to share. And that sharing of that testimony gives life to the power that God has for each and every one of us. It is a revelation that we are able to share. That epiphany that we go through, as we go through things, we grow through them, and we're given the opportunity to share that with someone who may not be there just yet, but our story can get them there. Our story can lead them there. So I just thank God for the why of my family, my loved ones, and my Power Voice family, my extended family. So that would be my why. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your why. We celebrate your journey. It was just God in the midst, the power of connections, and everybody coming together in prayer. And God has birthed some jewels. He birthed some diamonds out of that story. And I had you on my show a couple of times because the story is so amazing. It's so impactful beyond the brink. It's just awesome. So those of you that don't have Angie's book, I want you all to connect with her following the show. Make sure you get a copy of her book in your hand, as well as much as all of our amazing women and speakers that are on here, and authors that are on here that have books as well. I want everyone to connect with you all and make sure that they get a copy of your books in their hands as well. But thank you, Angie. Thank you for sharing that too as well. So now we have, okay, Linda. Linda is back, and I know Linda had already started sharing with us her why, her power of her why, with it being her grandbabies, her family, and all of what God is doing and has done in her life. Is there anything that you wanted to add, Linda? I don't want to skip over you during this period.
Well, my voice was unlocked, like I said, when I spoke with Les Brown. And there were things that happened to me in my childhood that I carried with me for a long time, and I didn't feel worthy. That's why my family is so important. I tell them every day, I love you. I want them to know they can do anything that they put their mind to. My goal was to leave a legacy. And I began to do that by building bonds with them. But I was married for 35 years. And my husband passed prior to the Power Voice, and then my father passed right before the Power Voice. So I was in that space of feeling, I don't know, I don't know. And I became a part of the Power Voice and all the powerful men and women in the Power Voice. And he unlocked the power within me. And so I unleashed it for my family. I not only became a speaker and a coach, a mentor, I've written poems. I have the business, the Queendom Journey, and I just relaunched it. And so my goal is to leave a legacy, but help other women that may be in the same place I was when I started out, and let them know they no longer have to suffer in silence. It's time to live out loud. That's it.
That's right. That's beautiful. Live out loud. You don't have to suffer in silence. That that is so freeing, and I believe all of us have that. We share that like goal in mind, and I know Pamela talked about it coming on the show as well. Um, our voices were unlocked, unleashed, and as I say, see, I was used to doing my talk show. I was doing my talk show prior to coming on with the Power Voice system. I was already pastoring and preaching all over the city, but no one knew my story, my up close and personal, intimate backstory. No one knew that. No one. I had never shared it with not anybody, and so it was very liberating and freeing to do so during this time, especially when you have other sisters that are cheering you on, that are supporting you, that are holding you up, that are encouraging one another. So that's why I love you, my sisters. That's why I wanted to celebrate with you all during this course of my birthday celebration. Every year I take time out to dedicate my show leading up to my birthday to people that impact my life, both men and women, that we have the power of connection. So thank you once again.
And
My beautiful
Mary
Pastor
Jane,
Alice.
I just want to say one other
Yes,
thing.
ma'am.
I
Go
too
ahead,
have
ma'am.
co-authored 2 books. I just wanted to put that in there. I too have co-authored two
Wonderful.
books,
Wonderful.
and I'm looking to do many more. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Allison, your why, honey? You can unmute, Allison. Tell us your why.
Sorry, my why is based on Matthew 5:14-16. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. And so many people don't talk about what one, and especially in the Black community, people don't want to talk about mental illness. And I talk about it. And God took away my spirit of despair, gave me a garment of praise. And that's why I live out a place of gratitude now. Mhm.
Awesome. Awesome. And Allison is doing some wonderful things. Do you see this girl swimming, running? Now, I used to run track when I was younger. When I was younger, and Allison, I think, is a year older than I am. And that girl, she talked about Mary Jae. Come on, Mary Jae, you can still do it. I said, baby, no, I'm not going. I'm a power walking sister. Not going.
And you be walking fast, though. You be walking fast, Mary J.
Yeah, but baby, you be running. Allison has ran with junior high students. I see her out there running with Craig. And this girl still got it. You got it, boo. You got it. I'm not about to get out there and run like that. But you got it, girl.
But you still can if you wanted to. You just don't want to, because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Age ain't nothing but a number. I'm teaching Spanish I'm teaching Spanish in a girls' dance camp, right? And I had the little girls, and the little girl came up to me. She said, "Can you do a cartwheel?" And the other girl said, "She old." I was like, "Excuse you, hold up, move."
You
I
did that,
bust a cartwheel. It was like, whoa. Shoot, we could do anything we put our mind to, anything that God enables, we could do. Delight yourself. This is how you do it. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He'll give you the desires of your heart. So if it's your desire to run fast, He'll give it to you. Just give Him the praise.
And
Hallelujah.
you look, you have You
I was
have
gonna say,
given him those desires, baby, and that's why you're doing it. That's why you're doing it. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you, Angie, as well. Thank you. Love you too, honey. Grateful for you as well.
Thank you, Mary
Listen,
Jae.
you're welcome. Beautiful Amy. I need to hear you, Amy. You're so gracious. And she kept muted for the entire time. I need to hear you. You're doing some wonderful things, Amy. Amy came on my show a couple of times. She came on my show also to talk about the highlights of my book Intrigue and gave just a
Yes.
beautiful exhortation on intrigue in the review. And so, Amy, what is your why? What are you doing? We want to hear what you're doing, what you have done. You're doing real estate, you're doing podcasts, you're doing some great things. You've co authored, you've spoken, you're a certified speaker. Let's hear from you on today.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you because if anybody is watching today, they've picked up a lot of really good nuggets from some powerful women. I don't know if they've picked up all that's been put down this evening, but there's been talk about enlarging territory, and there's been talk about this was a hard time for me, and there's been talk about my why has changed, and there's been talk about connection, and there's been talk about pulling each other up. And so I hope my prayer for tonight is that because of you, Mary, you gave us an opportunity to reach somebody tonight who may have been scrolling and didn't know they were about to get touched tonight by some power women, okay? By some power voices that just keep ringing from one place to the
Yes.
other. Woo! Okay, I just wanted to get that out the way because this right here, this is power. And thank you to Les Brown. I hope that he gets his hands on this too, because we talked about selection and we talk about being chosen. What does that say for a man of such power, right? There's some discernment there. So, Les Brown, I thank you for your discernment and your connection to spirit so that you could see something in us even when we couldn't see it. Thank you, Les. Um, why changes? And Mary, you brought that up. My whys have changed over the years. For those of you who have followed my story, you know that I start. Don't let the glow face fool you because it didn't start out like that. Okay, it was rough and tough for many years, and then by the grace of God, that's what
None of
kept me
us did.
being a lady,
None of us did.
right? And so that's a story all in itself, right? How we got here. So my why originally was surviving, and then it went from surviving to raising kids, right? I had a family. I was a single mom of 3 kids, so I pushed through because when I look back, they're looking at me, right? And I'm going, okay, it's just us kids. You know, I had no parents, I had no family, so it was like they were my why. The beautiful part of our kids growing up is we get a chance once we figure out how to function without being a full-time mom, we're actually able to look at ourselves and say, okay, God, I'm ready. I'm not sure what it is that I have went through, why I went through. I'm not sure what you got to fix or correct or expand in me first. And Miss Linda talked about this, how, she had to first watch her territory expand, right? She had to first watch because there was something in her that maybe she couldn't pull the weight just then, but others did. And then she'll pull the next weight. And then she'll come back. Maybe she'll get the baton and go running past us when we can't pull the weight. And that's what it's all about. So my why right now is to be the me somebody needed. I needed somebody to be. It's bigger than me. My life's purpose at this time is bigger than me. Is to go out and to be uninhibited in everything that I do because I walk in his love and his light and in his purpose. So that is my why. My why is it's bigger than me. It's okay that I don't know what I don't know. It's not about the how and not about the when. It's I know who I'm doing it for. And that is never a comfortable space in the beginning. Nobody teaches you to sit there and go, okay, blindfold. Okay, we talk about faith. We talk about faith, but
Yeah.
do we really honor it? Let's just be 100. Do we always honor it? The blindfold on, it gets us skittish. Our knees get weak. We try to figure out what we're doing and why we're trying to touch for something familiar. And the thing is, when you're going forward, there is nothing familiar other than the feeling of love in your spirit that will keep whispering and keep whispering and keep whispering. And we talked about enlarging territory. We think we want to enlarge territory until it starts pulling on pieces of us we're unfamiliar with, right? So for me, since Les Brown, all of us, which is another story, had something that happened during our shift. For me, we talk about mental health. My son at that time had had a mental health breakdown and was incoherent. Seconds before I went on the Les Brown stage, seconds. My phone, which was there because, he said, have the timer so you know when you're going on, you have all this stuff going on. Somebody said, Amy, your son is here and he's incoherent. I had a choice in that moment. Do I go on or do I not? And I said, I didn't come this far. God has him when I can't, right? Because right now, God set this platform for me. And he said, do you trust me? Because a lot of times we talk about we have faith and we'll allow him to carry certain things in our life. But when it comes to things like our kids, our rent, our house, our mortgage, our car, our job, we want to take it back. We want to take it back. We want to say, God, I know you'll work this out, but just let me put my hands in it. Let me figure it out. Let me be my own hero in my story. And he's going, no, you are the hero in my story if you let me use you. Okay. So the treasure that we have inside of us is what I live for. I live every day saying, take me, position me, and what I don't need anymore, let it fall off of me because I don't want it and I don't need it. And with every time he has pulled back a layer, I have showed up.
Amy.
I have
Come
glowed
on,
up.
wait. You know I'm not about to let you run through that. Wait a minute. Take me, all of me, whatever you don't want from me, let it fall off of me. Girl, that was a word right there.
Yes.
That was a word right there. Yes. Yes. That's
and so
awesome.
in this,
wow.
So in this, I have,
yeah,
like you said, co-authored. I've been able to show up. I'm actually working on a youth awareness program because without awareness, we're simply just existing. And I don't think that's something we were ever taught. Has somebody ever taught you how to be you? Has somebody ever taught you that there's a you inside everything you've learned? Don't really think so. It's when we hit that brick wall and we slide down and we start to say, who am I? And you start to go through all your past and all your pains and you go, okay, I'm ready for the purpose because this hurts. Take me wherever, but don't take me back there, right? When I was digging in those dumpsters for recycling at 40, trust me, I didn't see any of myself in that dumpster. But in all actuality, there was a part of me in there too that I had to pull out. So I did solo books, which is Spilling the Tea, which is a guide to leaning in on your life. It goes over my most used and frequent best quick results on tea therapy, which is purging those things from the past in a tangible way that will get you in a position to live your life in a more full way. We're really good at throwing things under the rug. We're really good at thinking we outgrow our problems. We're really good at dressing things up and making them seem like today I feel good. So that whatever I was feeling yesterday went away. It comes back usually late at night when you can't shut your mind down, right? So Spilling the Tea is a small 52-page guide to one of my techniques. And then you guys know I did a Tony Robbins endorsed book, Cracking the Rich Code, Volume 6. And then I did the other one, which was Cultivating Your Mindset for Success. And those were international books. In the meantime, I do have my podcast. I'm on Wisdom a Lot, which is a really, really nice app where you just get to talk to see the good stuff about what's going on mentally in people. Volunteering at a mental health clinic. Writing, I'm on another book. I'll go ahead and I'll give you the title. It's From Eve to Mary, and it talks about the personality of Eve and the personality of Mary and how women sometimes we have to get past certain things in order to get to receiving the gifts. So there's a lot going on. So thank you for asking me, Mary. I appreciate that.
Yes, definitely we celebrate you too, Amy. We definitely celebrate you. We celebrate all of our powerful sisters. Yes, girls. Yes. That's how you do it, beautiful, powerful women who know who they are and knows who they are in God, not thirsty, not needy, not desperate, not desperately seeking. That's why I say iron sharpens iron. Your network is your network, right? We have to know how to come together with powerful sisters. No nonsense. We're not about that foolery, right? And you all are doing some wonderful things. And so I am so happy that you came on to celebrate with me. In closing, beautiful ladies, once again, thank you for coming on every each and every one of you taking time out of your beautiful, busy schedules to share with me, taking time out of your family, out of your business, and all that you do and all that you're doing to share with me. I don't take it lightly. It is a great birthday wish for me, and I'm so grateful to have each and every one of you and to be connected with you all. Before we close out one by one, I want you to let the people know whatever it is. And I know some of you have done so already. Let the people know what it is that you are doing, what's coming up next, your social media handles, where you are. I just got on Threads, and if you're not on Threads, get on Threads because it's hot and juicy over on Mary Jae Threads. I tell you, ladies, you need to get on Threads. So if you have not gotten on Threads, get on Threads. I know some of us have been in the clubhouses as well. Look at my girl Tam. Hey, beautiful queen. Tam is watching as well. Let's see. I know some of the comments are coming up are a little bit delayed, but Tam is saying hi to everybody as well. So and thank you all for sharing. So those of you that have um, so many giftings, multi-talented, anointed, I must say, loving. I just love beautiful women, that have visions, that have goals and dreams, and not just, sitting around moping and twiddling their fingers and feeling sorry for themselves. I know at some point we all have been there. We all have been there. But when we begin to tap into our untapped potential and discover the treasures that lies within, listen, you are forced to be reckoned with. So I celebrate each and every one of you. So I'm going to go around and just ask each one of you, what is it, your closing that you want to say, just a few seconds, because I know all of us can preach on here. All of us can preach. Just a few seconds. Just share what it is, your takeaway, what it is that you want people to take away from this segment of celebrating not only me, but celebrating life, celebrating each other, and building one another up. Let's start with we're going to start with Amy again, and we'll work our way down. And while Amy is talking, Amy, I also want you to tell the people where they can find you and get a copy of your products and your services as well.
Thank you. I wanted to thank you, of course, Mary, because your platform really does open up for a lot of opportunities. I watched some of your stuff where you had the guys on there. And so I love the fact that you're very open to all kinds of opportunities to give to the world. So thank you for your gift as well. Um, my final words would be keep going.
Thank
And remember, it's okay to not know what you don't know. And you don't have to understand it when it's happening. Just know that you're going to be okay and that everything's always working out for you. You can find me at Amy L. Bolding Live on YouTube. Facebook is Amy Bolding. Awareness Coach Services. There was a link that I sent. If you go to my Instagram at Lady Bolding or Amy L. Bolding, you'll see a link. And on that link, you can get to my podcast. You can get to wisdom. You can get to anything and everything I have. As far as spilling the tea, you can get that on Amazon, also Barnes and Noble. I believe it's on Walmart.com. You can pretty much get it anywhere you can order a book. So thank you again for having me here. And ladies, it was a blessing to be here with each and every one of you. So good to see your faces.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy. Can we celebrate Amy? Can we celebrate Amy, everybody? Yes. Okay. It's delayed coming off the screen. Moving right to Allison, Pastor Allison Joan Hall. Will you give your takeaway and also let the people know what you're doing and what you plan to do?
Did she say that?
Where you are, where they can find you.
My takeaway is one thing. I want to celebrate you, Mary Jae. You are one of the most beautiful, encouraging, non-judgmental,
Oh,
talented women that I know and Holy
Thank
Ghost filled. And I appreciate you so much. God is with you. And I thank you for this opportunity. You always encourage, you just lift people up. It's what you do. That's just who you are. And I thank God for you. And my book is Cracks in the Potter's Clay, How I Overcame Bipolar 1 with Faith on Amazon. Also in Spanish and ebook, Grietas en la Arcilla de la Alfarero, Como Superé Bipolar Uno con Fe. I'm also teaching a Spanish course now. It's just been going for 2 weeks now. If you're interested, look on my Facebook page. There's a link there. It's a link that my daughter made. My daughter is amazing. It's an event, right? And I only charge 50 really well. And I am adjusting to being married. And I know y'all haven't seen me on social media as I used to be. It's because I'm I wasn't ready. Okay. But it's beautiful. But we have it's a readjustment time. Is also my other Facebook page. And I give away a copy of my book for free. So if you reach out to me on
Okay, I think we lost connection with Allison, and she'll be back on. I'm sure she'll be back on before we close out. So next we have Angie. Will you let us know your takeaway and also where we can find you and get copies of your product as well?
So my takeaway is
Dr.
that,
Gray?
yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, you can. Okay. So
Yes.
my takeaway is that Mary Jae, as Pastor Allison was saying, you are one of the most gracious, beautiful young women I've ever encountered. And when I say beautiful, yes, you are physically beautiful, but I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking about your heart and your spirit and your love for other women and other humanity. And I just love the fact that you give of yourself, but you also recognize the importance of taking care of yourself and protecting what's yours. So I'm so grateful to know you and to know that I have a sister in the faith. I have a sister that I can rely on. I have no qualms whatsoever. Should anything be going on for me to just pick up the phone and say, hey, Mary J, let's chat. And to be able to have that is such a wonderful, beautiful blessing. And I'm grateful to you, grateful for you, and above all, grateful that God has put us together in this same space, this shared space. And in terms of the things that we have talked about and the things that I believe we'll be doing together. I just see so many beautiful blessings coming as a result of the connection. And more importantly than the connection, but for your heart. God sees your heart, and you have a heart of gold. And I don't say that very often. I don't say that to everybody or anybody. That is just something that I reserve for people who I can truly discern that they have that heart of gold. And I just want to thank you. And not just thank you, but celebrate you. Celebrate you for being a strong Black woman, a woman first, a Black woman, and also a woman of the cloth, and also someone who is secure enough within themselves that they don't have to be concerned about what everybody else is doing and how it's making them look and all that stuff. I love the fact that you separate the good from the God. And yes, God is good, absolutely. But you recognize God connections. You're not chasing behind good connections. You're chasing behind God connections. And that is the wonderful thing, that peace that separates you from a lot of people. And I just want you to know that you remain in my heart, my thoughts, and my prayers. And this day is about you. It's not truly about us. It's not really about our stories. It's about celebrating you because you make it your business to celebrate others. So, anyone who wants to get in touch with me, you'll figure it out. I just want to celebrate Mary J. Love you, my sister. I love you, and I'm always here for you.
I love you. I love you too. I love you too. Listen, thank you, Angie, Dr. Gray. I appreciate you and Dr. John and all of that you all do, all of that you all give. You all have made so many sacrifices over the years. I know it by the Spirit. I've seen your commitment and your dedication to your family. God has spared your life beyond the brink to write the book, to tell about it, to pull others in, and I celebrate you, even though this day is about my birthday celebration that I wanted to share with you all. You know, for a minute, I got lost in the story that you were telling. I forgot that you were telling it to me, that you were talking about me. And for a moment, I was celebrating you still in the midst of you saying, and then I was like, oh, wait, she's still talking about me. So thank you, my beautiful. Thank you. But you all,
That's,
yes,
that's
definitely
why I love
go
you. That
follow.
modesty, that humility, and that modesty are bar none special for you because you are the most humble, modest, beautiful young lady that I can absolutely say that I can reach out and touch. Now, we haven't physically shared the same space, but we share the airways, baby, and we share it well. So thank you for
Yes,
all that
we
you do. You do so much. God bless you.
thank you, Dr. Gray. Thank you, beautiful women. Y'all see, those who are watching, do you see why I love the power of connection and I love beautiful, positive women that don't mind encouraging and supporting one another? I just love it. And so that is my definite, my takeaway from all of this is the power of connection, that we're connected together by the Spirit on one accord, just loving each other, you know, walking in harmony and making sure that we're keeping a mindset of positivity, not any negativity, you know, and we don't share those type of vibes over in our space. And when one is discouraged about whatever it is, and we all go through those experiences at some point and sometime in our lives, we're to shake it off, to encourage the next person and to let them know, listen, hold on to your why and you can keep going. You can keep doing it and you can overcome whatever it is that is before you. So, did I leave anybody out? Pelly, have you shared your why? I think Lily, you shared your why because I started from, see, y'all jumped around. I started from the bottom. Now we're here. You know, y'all were at the top and now you're at the bottom, but you're at the bottom and you're at the top. So whoever has not shared their why, let me know so I can let you come on and share your why, and where you are. I don't think I shared um Pelly, because I didn't have your information scrolling on the screen. So Pelly, did you share in closing with us? I want to make sure that I get you in.
No, I shared my why. I didn't do my closing.
Okay,
Can you
go
hear?
with your closing. Let them know where you're from and how they can follow. Yes.
Okay. So, because I have been mentored so hard by Dr. Angie, right? So I love my sister Angie right now. This is about Mary Jae. So if anyone knows me, I love acronyms, right? And so I want to share the acronym, as everyone is sharing. This is what God placed in my heart to share for Mary Jae. This is how I see Mary Jae since I met Mary Jae, right? So the M for me, for you, is that you are a masterpiece because you are a piece of the master. And then the A is you are an amazing woman of God who has brought all of us together tonight. And not only just tonight in everything that you do. The R all that you have been through in life had made you a resilient warrior. And then the why is your yes to God's calling in your life has impacted so many lives, and it has impacted mine too. And I want to say thank you. And so the J for Jay is the joy of the Lord, not only in your heart, but in all of our hearts tonight. And I'm sure we all had that unspeakable joy of the Lord, for all that He has done for us and just for bringing us together. And it all goes back to Papa Les Brown, right? I'm ever so grateful to that man. And then the A is that it's always God and never us. And that's why I love, being around great women like y'all, because we always put God first, and we all have allowed God to be that sole cornerstone of our lives. And that's why we are God connected, we are divine connected. It's all that, and I'm grateful for that. And then the E, we are just women empowering women tonight. That's my takeaway. But I want to share the two words that I live by daily is live and love. Live the life you love and love the life you live. And always remember to fly. First, love yourself and know that. Look, can y'all see my tattoo? Y'all see it?
We can see it, but we can't read it.
Oh, it says
Can you
you
see it,
matter.
Pamela? You
You matter.
matter.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. And so do you. Yes. Thank you so much.
I love you.
Yes,
Have
yes, yes,
ever,
yes. Love you too.
and God has truly blessed me with each one of you, and I'm just grateful. So if anyone wants to find me, like Dr. Ann, look up my page. This is about Mary Jae. Look, we can connect sometime, but this is all about Mary Jae. This is your night, and we are blessed to be here to celebrate you, celebrate life, celebrate love, and celebrate sisterhood.
But thank you so much for that beautiful acronym. I'm a whole treasure, hold dear to that. I'm gonna play this 100 times before I go to bed tonight. I'll just watch the whole show over and over, share it in every space that I know, and just glean from all of you beautiful women as well. So Pelly, thank you so much for those beautiful words too. You have a great way with acronyms, and to our Yashika be that may watch this. I know she was on earlier. I'm not sure if she's going to continue to be on, but if she see it, thank you, Yashika. And I have my beautiful mug that Yashika made for us, you all, for those who still have their mugs when we were on the stage. My picture is somewhere over here. I'm right here at the bottom, and I know Angie is on here as well, Yashika, and all of you beautiful women that shared with us. And this is our mug from the Les Brown Summit that Yashika made. So thank you, Yashika, and we wish you well. We're praying for your strength, and you're gonna get better. We know you will. Anybody else? I want to make sure, Pamela, in closing.
Yes, ma'am. What do you need me to share? First of all, I
Your
want to thank you.
takeaway and where they can find you.
Yes. Like someone uh, shared in the comments, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I want to thank you so much again, Mary Jae. You are everything that all the other ladies have said and more. And I know, I have felt your heart. You are that beacon of light for a lot of women on your show, and just being transparent and giving others permission to do the same. And I will encourage others to just walk in the everything that God has for you without apologizing. Unapologetically be you, and unapologetically share your story, because like Les Brown would tell us, the things that happen to us in life, they don't happen to us, they're happening for us.
For
Okay.
us. That's
And
right.
so they are happening for us. So we can do all things through Christ who gives us strength. And that gives me a great segue. I just launched my new children's book. The name of it is I Can, I Must, I Will. It's a children's book based on Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. So you can get it right now on pre-sale on Amazon for $2.99 or limited time. My other book, Who Wouldn't Serve a God Like This, which I was the visionary author for that book, and with 16 other amazing authors. Pele was one of them, and 16 other amazing authors. And so I am just so blessed and honored to be connected with you, Mary Jae. Thank you again for this opportunity and being connected to all of these powerful women. And if you just don't understand the blessing that God has, for you when he connects you to different people all across the country. It's such a blessing. It is such a blessing, and I
Yeah.
don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted. And again, thank you so much, Mary Jae. I speak blessings of love, joy, happiness, good health, prosperity, and all that God has in store for you for today and many, 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 many years to come.
Thank you, beautiful. Thank you so much for your words of encouragement as well. Go follow Pamela, connect with her to get her book and her children's book, and just a wealth of information over on her platform as well. And now we want to have Lily. Lily, or did I already do you, Lily? Your why, your
Oh, I already did
takeaway,
my why. I already
and
did
let
my
them
why.
know how they can get in touch with you. Your takeaway.
My takeaway today.
Or did I start? Well, I think I started with Lily, didn't I?
You can hear me? Okay.
You're muted, Lily. I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm not muted.
Okay, I can hear. I can hear you now.
Okay. I already said my
Go ahead.
why. I think my takeaway today is we have family event this weekend and we've been running around like crazy. We've been driving people at the airport, but by all means I wanted to be here and I was late. But I just wanted to be here with this powerful woman. No matter how much you love your family, when you spend all weekend with them, you want to get away so you can rejuvenate yourself and be with this powerful woman to start the week. But Mary J, I love you. You are the
I love
only
you.
person who introduced me every time you see me as Lillian from Uganda. And that that means something for me. That means you care. That means you really take your time to know your sister, to know the people around you, to show your careness. And I'm grateful from all the women of Power Boys. You bring us together. You're the one who start the WhatsApp group and bringing all of us together, creating the accountability partnership. You have the heart to for all the sisterhood to win, and you want to see all of
Yeah.
us shine. And I'm so grateful for that. And for you to thought about your birthday of bringing us together. This is not a coincidence. We really need this because sometimes no matter how great thing we do, we feel like we are not enough or we are not doing enough. So to come here together and see all these wonderful women doing great thing, it give us, for me, it give me more energy to be like, if they continue thriving, I too can continue doing that because sometimes we lock in our small world, and even
Right.
though we've been in Les Brown training, we do all this great thing. We are one of the most blessed people because we meet people from all around the world, and through Les Brown training, and it's just amazing. Sometimes people ask me like, "How do you know all these people?" It's through Les Brown, and we were willing to be connected with each other. And just like Amy said, the power of awareness. When you aware of your surrounding, you are aware of the people, you can connect with people through the spirit. Some of you here, we haven't even met in person. I know I met Alex,
Yes.
Allison, I met Dr. Trey, Dr. Angie,
I'm still
and
smiling. I'm still smiling.
but some of you here, we haven't even married yet. We haven't met in person yet. But because you have a good
Right.
heart, you have a good spirit, we are connected to the spirit. And that is just beautiful. So have a wonderful, happy birthday. And I thank you for all the sisterhood in here. Let us continue supporting each other. Let us be there for each other. If you don't see anybody on social media anymore, you never know with life. Sometimes life can knock us down. Just reach out. Just say, "Hey, I haven't seen you for a long time. How you doing?" You never know how much just for saying hello to somebody, it might give them the encouragement to knowing that somebody is there thinking about them and care about them. And Mary J, you do that all the time. You started a Facebook page where you bring all the women together and you share amazing things. And we are just here to celebrate you today. And so, Queen, I want to say happy, wonderful birthday.
Thank you, beautiful. Thank you all. Thank you, Lily. Thank you for that. And to all of you beautiful, amazing women, I thank you and I celebrate you. I want to make sure I didn't leave anybody out. Did I leave anybody else out? Do like I did. Raise your hand. Linda, I love. Okay.
Now, I
Go
gave you my
ahead.
why.
That's good.
I gave you my why, but first of all, I want
That's
to,
what I did. That's what I did when and
but I can't hear you.
go ahead.
I gave you my why, but I want to give you your
Can you hear me now?
flowers. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay. I want to give you your flowers. You and I connected
Yes.
immediately in the Power Voice. We've never met each other. We live not far down the road from each other. But it's amazing that you reached out to me when you did and said, "I miss you. I'm doing this. I want to celebrate my birthday. It's time for you to join back up with us because I just relaunched. I'm relaunching my website. It's under construction, but they can get in contact with me at snipfeed, snippeed.co/TQJ. That stands for the Queendom Journey. I have a free ebook, a free 15-minute consultation, and I have a mini course on there because I am relaunching because I'm going to leave a legacy for my granddaughters with the Queendom Journey. This is the right time, and I thank
Awesome.
you. You have always been there for other women. You've brought us together. Real Talk with Mary Jae, the Women of Treasure, the WhatsApp group, the Facebook group. And I just want to thank you. I want to wish you a happy birthday. And I also want to say that it was Queen Khadija Toto that kept connected with me. And she helped me get going again as well. So we got women of the Power Voice connecting all over. And I haven't met any of you in person, but I am so happy and grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. Happy birthday, Mary J.
Thank you. Thank
Happy
you, beautiful
birthday.
ladies. Thank you all. Thank you all so very much. And listen, I want to say, Linda said we live right up the street. I want y'all to know what up the street is. She lives in Texas and I live in New Orleans. That's as close as we can be for all of you that stay different places. Because listen, Linda, I don't want them to why they live right up the street. and they never met yet, but and a couple of times I know we tried to connect, and you were traveling. When I was traveling to Houston, I had to Texas. I had to come out there and preach at a women's conference out there, and a couple of times we just kept missing each other. But listen, ladies, I am endeavoring for us to come together. We're going to have to come together and collaborate and put together a reunion where we can reunite, in person. So, we're going to get that going. I would love to go to Bali for those who can come and go to Bali, and we can share in Bali as well. Noel was supposed to be on, and she was not able to make it tonight. Neither was Angie B, Dr. Angie B. But we salute our sister Sabrina Marks. We salute you. We thank God for each and every one of you. Judy Herman, we salute you, my queen. For those of you that wanted to be on and for some reason you were not able to make it tonight, we salute you all on tonight. And to our girl Yashika B, we salute you. We love you as well. So thank you all for celebrating me and having a great day with me on my birthday. It has been a happy Merry Monday. I have a full week ahead. I have a wonderful weekend planned. My actual birthday is July 23rd, and I look forward to it being 56, you all. Allison said, if you desire to run, and God will give you the desires of your heart, right? I don't desire to run. I desire to walk. I will swim. I will swim. And listen, even when I'm swimming, I'm floating, I'm just laying on my back, floating in the water, treading the water. So, so those are my desires. So, thank you all for coming on and celebrating with me. I just want to ask you all, because we're about to get out of here. Time has been well spent. Thank you once again for taking time out of your busy day to celebrate me. Beautiful women, did you have a happy Merry Monday? You can all unmute your mics at the same time.
Yes, yes, we did. Woo!
Yes.
Yes,
Happy
yes.
Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Happy birthday. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Love you all.
Bye.
Happy Merry Monday,
Love
beautiful women.
y'all.
Happy Merry Monday to you.